or something to help them with the injury that they had. Stretching could be done in there if you believe in stretching, or if stretching works for you. We do all of our stretching with barbells as warm-up sets. Okay, we'll show you how we warm up and when we get over to the gym too. We do light abdominal exercises to stretch out the lower back, things of this sort. We don't do any real static stretching at all. It's all going to be movement with the weights. Fridays, dynamic day. It's going to be the box squats, followed by supplementals, which is going to either be speed deadlifts and or hamstrings. We've added in speed deadlifts on that day because a lot of us would go to a meet and we didn't even know where to stand when we deadlift.
What percent?
50% is fine. It's not really a concern with the weight. It's a concern with bar speed and form. Some of the guys will work it up. Work up to a single on there too, every now and again. It all depends on how you feel.
And you're going to talk about speed deads later too?
As far as what? How to cycle it? 50% for about 4 singles.
So you're going through the, I thought you were talking about the box squats when you said percentage, so you're going through the same.
Speed deadlifts are just simple. All we're trying to
get. Box squat, but you're deadlifting instead of squatting.
Yeah,
bar squat.
Except the bar weight's almost going to be the same all the time.
Okay.
You know, we'll load up 495, there it is on the floor, you go pull it 4 or 5 times and you're done. You know, just to kind of work the technique of the lift.
Okay.
Accessories, again, it's going to be your abs, your reverse hypers, and the prehabilitation again. The ab work's got to be heavy. All the exercises I'm talking about, we're going to go over, we're going to do. This is the basic template behind no matter what phase you do that I'm going to explain. It's all this template. What I would change for athletes, if you're working with athletes, I would change the supplemental exercise. I'd probably still keep in some hamstrings, but when we get into the accessory work, I would start putting in more activities which are more focused for an athlete. Athletes work rotational. You know, they work in different planes than a powerlifter works. I would throw in some work for those different planes. But I probably wouldn't touch the first 2 exercises. Because I don't care who the athlete is, they need to be explosive, they need to be strong. So you need to develop those qualities. Bench days, Wednesday and Sunday, pretty much the same basic format. The supplemental exercise is going to be for your triceps. I don't care how you divide it up, one day is going to be a little heavier than the other day for a basic phase. Meaning, you know, one tricep day you might do 60 total repetitions with dumbbells. All right, maybe 6. I hate to give set rep recommendations, which you'll find out why in a minute. But say one day you're going to do 4 to 6 sets or 4 to 8 sets of 8 to 10 reps. The other day you're probably going to do, you know, work up and do 2 heavy sets of 3 or 5. So just think of it as one day heavy, one day light. For now.
Am I also going to do, like, say I'm doing dumbbell extensions. I grab the 60s, hit out, you know, say I pick 8 as my rep. I hit 8. Now I did 8 with the 60s, so I grab the 65 and see if I get to 8.
Stay with 60. Whatever weight you're going to work with, I'd stay with that weight.
So how would you, like, you're not going to just grab, you're going to grab 60s, your first one, you're not going to do a
warm-up? Oh, you can do a warm-up set.
You just don't count it.
Yeah.
Just try to feel out what you're going to use. Okay.
The accessories on this day are going to be for your lats, a little bit of deltoids. Now, a couple different opinions with the lat training. The opinion that I come from, I believe you should train your lats on the same plane as you bench. So you should do rows. I don't see why you want to train your lats pulling this way when we're trying to press this way. Okay, if you did a lot of push presses and military presses, yeah, then I can see doing some pull downs, you know, to keep the muscular balance. But since we're doing all our pressing here, for myself, and what I would recommend is to do all your rows there. And that can be, you know, face pulls, it can be bent over rows, it can be dumbbell rows, it can be chest supported rows. There's tons of different rows. Okay? I would make sure to at least include some lat work on the same plane. I'm not saying you can't do pull downs. You can do pull downs if you want. Just make sure you cover all bases. For the deltoids, I think you got to watch how much front delt work you're doing. Keep in mind we're power lifters. We're doing max effort work. We're doing benches. we're pressing a lot. We're doing a tremendous amount of front delt work, all right? What we're not doing a lot of is rear delt work, okay? So rear dumbbell raises, side dumbbell raises, face pulls, stuff for the upper back is important. The other thing to keep in mind with shoulder work is watch the volume of shoulder work you do. Some people are going to need a little bit more than others, all right? But when you bench press on Wednesday and Sunday, you're working your shoulders. We all agree that? Even if you never even pick up a shoulder raise, your shoulders being worked with your bench press. If you don't believe me, get a shoulder injury and try to bench press. All right? Monday and Friday, when you got a barbell on your back, you're working your shoulders. Now, that's basically an external rotation, statically, with maximal loads. Okay? So if you were to add in a little extra shoulder work, I don't know if you'd want to do it on a day other than the days that we're already doing them on. I would keep them with the confinements of the same day. Like I said before, everybody's a little bit different. Okay, if your shoulders fall a little behind, you think they're a little behind, then yeah, you can probably add in certain shoulder exercises for the front delts till you feel they get pulled back up, then back out of it, and go right back into the regular routine. You know, so you pull it up, get it back to where you think it needs to be, and then get it back out of the routine. The dynamic days, you got your bench press, which we already talked about before, which is going to be 8 sets of 3, depending on the phase. Supplemental for the triceps, lats, it's basically the same thing. Everybody kind of got a gist of the days here. I don't think I've told you anything you didn't already.